An ancient creature is lurking in the ocean. It's double the size of Rex, with gigantic jaws capable of crushing a car, and now, it's on the hunt for you. Megalodon sharks haven't existed for more than 2 million years, but today, we're bringing these apex predators back to wreak some havoc. Some people believe megas never went extinct, instead hiding in the deepest depths of our oceans, the Mariana Trench. However, if megalodons were still around, that would be the last place you'd find them. These prehistoric tyrants hated cold water, preferring the warmer waters of the Mediterranean and the Caribbean. They also loved to explore the coasts of Australia and California. If these predators were around today, they might seriously ruin your beach vacation. But if they spotted you swimming in the ocean, they wouldn't just attack right away, and this has to do with your size. Megalodon sharks were gigantic, at least 16 meters, 50 feet, in length, so they needed a lot of food. Scientists estimate that megalodons ate about 1,200 kilograms, 2,500 pounds of fish every day. To meet their caloric intake goals, they even dined on sea mammals like whales and dolphins. So, you, a puny human, might not be worth their attention unless you were hanging out with a group of friends, making for a worthier snack. The megalodon could devour you and your friends all in one bite. Let me tell you, these predators had gigantic sharp teeth, each one as big as your hand. Unlike humans, megalodons kept producing new sets of teeth every week or two, going through up to 40,000 of them in their lifetime. If they never went extinct, you could find those teeth all over the ocean, along with huge carcasses, though that wouldn't happen too often. Scientists think megalodons had a lifespan of up to 100 years. Even if humans weren't on the megalodon's menu, their enormous appetite would hurt us in other ways. With this huge new predator in the oceans, there'd barely be any fish left for us, not because our boats wouldn't catch anything, but because the megalodons would hunt them down, attack, and eat everything in sight. It's not clear why megalodons disappeared millions of years ago, but it could be because the oceans got too cold for them. Now, they'd be in for a treat because our oceans are warming up, thanks to climate change. Megalodons would thrive and reproduce, leading to more of these predators showing up, disrupting our shipping operations, and potentially bringing an end to the cruise industry. But eventually, they might die out once again after consuming everything in the ocean and having nothing left to feed on. Or maybe, the rise in global temperatures would hurt us so much that we'd be the ones to go extinct. But that's a story for if. Another what? An ancient creature is lurking in the ocean, waiting patiently for its chance to strike. It's not just any predator, but one that dwarfs all modern-day creatures. And it's far more terrifying than anything you could imagine. A creature so massive, this creature is double the size of the mighty T-Rex. A creature with gigantic jaws capable of crushing a car without breaking a sweat. And now, it's on the hunt for you. Picture that this ancient, terrifying beast is on the hunt for you, dominating presence and you're helpless in the vast, have not existed for more than 2 million years. This terrifying beast is none other than the Megalodon where these apex predators these giants of the sea haven't existed for more than 2 million years. Some people hold the belief that megalodons never went extinct in the first place. We're bringing them back to life. They've been hiding in the deepest, most uncharted parts of our oceans, particularly in the Mariana Trench. But the idea that megalodons could still exist isn't just a figment of imagination. That would be the last place you would find them. Some people believe they never really went extinct. These ancient creatures have been hiding, lurking deep in the darkest, more temperate waters of the Mediterranean and the Caribbean, particularly in the Mariana Trench, one of the deepest parts of Australia and California. It's a theory that captures the imagination. If these creatures were still out there, they'd pose a serious threat to your beach quietly evading human knowledge. But if you happen to be swimming in the ocean, they wouldn't just attack right away. And if the megalodons were truly still around, your size, that would be the last place you'd expect to find gigantic creatures. Why? Measuring at least 16 meters, tyrants weren't fond of cold water, meaning the Mariana Trench, with its freezing temperatures, would be an inhospitable environment for them. According to scientists, they preferred much warmer waters, would consume approximately 1,200 the Caribbean and around the coast of California and Australia every single day to maintain their caloric intake. Where they ruled the seas as the ultimate predators, they also fed on sea mammals like whales and dolphins, which gave them the extra energy. And imagine if these creatures were to reappear in our world. As a puny human, if the megalodons were still alive and roaming the seas, of course, they wouldn't just hanging out with a group in a distant part of the ocean. Now, that would make for a much more satisfying meal, threat, and the megalodon ruining your beach vacation or any day out one single bite. Imagine swimming in the ocean, apex predators lapping gently at your body, and suddenly realizing that you're absolutely massive, a shadow the size of your water, a dark, massive shape that's twice the size of anything you've ever seen before. Megalodons kept producing new sets of teeth every water with a megalodon, and over the course of their lifetime, they would go through up to 40,000 teeth. The megalodon sharks never gone extinct, truly colossal, truly colossal, with lengths all over the ocean, 16 and meters, who knows, 50 you might feet. Even come across some massive carcasses as well, although that wouldn't be too common. They were enormous. Scientists estimate that megalodons had a lifespan of up to 100 years, so they'd be living a long time. Scientists estimate that a megalodon could eat around 1,200 directly on the megalodon's menu. Their enormous appetite every day to maintain its energy levels. With such a huge predator in the oceans, it's likely there would be barely any fish left for us to catch. They would also hunt and devour sea mammals such as whales and dolphins. But because the megalodons would hunt down the swimming in the ocean, attacking and eating everything in sight, be the target, leaving us with little to sustain ourselves. You were part of a group. The exact reasons for the megalodon's disappearance millions of years ago something the megalodon could devour in a single suggests that the oceans became too cold for them to survive. These predators were not just enormous in size. With the oceans warming up due to climate change, terrifying. The megalodons each of their teeth could be as large as your hand. They would thrive in these new conditions and begin to reproduce with ease. With more and more of them appearing in our oceans, grow one set of teeth over the course of their lives. Shipping operations and potentially put an end to the cruise industry altogether. Every week or so, but eventually they might die out once again, the ones having consumed all the marine life over the course of their lives. They could go through up to 40,000 teeth. The rise in global sheer number of megalodon teeth place on our ecosystems across the ocean if these creatures never went extinct. You might even stumble across massive carcasses of their prey, remnants of their ferocious feeding habits. But the discovery of such remains wouldn't be all that common. Despite their immense size, megalodons would live long lives, potentially up to 100 years. A century of swimming through the seas, hunting, and maintaining their terrifying presence in the oceans. But even if humans weren't on the megalodon's menu, their presence would still affect us. The problem lies in their enormous appetite. If they were still alive today, there wouldn't be enough fish left in the oceans for us to catch. And it wouldn't be because we couldn't find fish, but rather because the megalodons would be eating all of them. They would hunt down the fish, and if they saw our boats or ships, they'd go after them as well. They would disrupt fishing industries, causing massive shortages of food, and wreak havoc on global shipping operations. The oceans, once teeming with marine life, would soon be stripped of resources, leaving little for the rest of the world to survive on. But why did megalodons disappear millions of years ago?